Hello my dear students, let us start our today's class with the solution of last assignment given to you. Now question number 1, name the two types of substances which are added to the fields by the farmers to maintain the fertility of soil, and the correct answer is manure and fertilizer. Question number 2, which crop is generally grown between two cereal crops in crop rotation to restore the fertility of soil? And the correct answer is leguminous crops. Here you can give some examples like pulses, peas, beans, groundnut, etc. But leguminous crops that you have to mention. With that you can give some examples also. Next, question number 3. The rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of pea plants can fix one of the following from the atmosphere, and the correct answer is nitrogen. See, this question number 3 specially I have given to you because I want to give you the information here also that the bacteria present in the root nodules of leguminous crops is rhizobium bacteria. So do remember this point. Now next, question number 4. The supply of water to crops at different intervals is called irrigation. And last, question number 5. Which of the following crops would enrich the soil with nitrogen? And the right answer is P. Now let us start our today's discussion. First we will discuss about factors affecting irrigation requirement of crops. Now water requirements of crops depend on three factors. Number 1, nature of the crop. Number 2, nature of the soil. And number 3, season. Now let us discuss number 1, that is nature of the crop. See, each crop needs a specific amount of water during the various stages of its growth and ripening. Some crops need more water, whereas others require less water. For example, see, paddy crop is transplanted in standing water and requires continuous irrigation, whereas other crops like wheat, gram and cotton etc. do not require so much water. For cereal crops like wheat, irrigation is needed at only 3 stages: before plowing the field, at the time of flowering, and at the time of development of grain. Okay. Now our next point, nature of the soil. How frequency of irrigation depends on the nature of the soil. Now let us discuss it. There are two important types of soils in which the crops are grown. Number 1, sandy soil, and number 2, clayey soil. The crops grown in a sandy soil need irrigation more frequently, whereas the frequency of irrigation for the crops grown in a clay soil is comparatively less. Now let us discuss about season. Now see, the frequency of irrigation of crops also varies from season to season. For example, the frequency of irrigation of the crops is higher in summer season. This is because during the hot days of summer, the rate of evaporation of water from the soil and the leaves of crops plants is increased. On the other hand, the frequency of irrigation of the crops is comparatively lower in the colder winter season. Clear? Now let us discuss the sources of irrigation. Crops are supplied water for irrigations from different sources like rivers, canals, wells, tube wells, dams, reservoirs, ponds and lakes, etc. Now let us discuss traditional methods of irrigation. And there are various traditional methods of irrigation. One by one we will discuss. First we will discuss about moat or pulley system. What is that? In this system, water is drawn out from a well by using a big container tied to a long rope which moves over a pulley fixed at one edge of the well. See the figure given here. The rope tied to container is usually pulled by animals such as buffalo or camel. When the rope is pulled at the free end, the container filled with water comes out of the well. Here. Next, let us discuss about chain pump. In this method, a chain pump consists of two large wheels, one fixed at the lower level of water source and the other fixed at the higher level above the fields. And the two wheels are connected by a chain passing over them. Now, another traditional method of irrigation is dhekli. Dhekli is an arrangement to lift water from shallow wells by using the principle of simple lever. In dhekli, a long wooden beam is supported over a forked vertical support fixed in the ground near the well in such a way that its longer arm is towards the well and the shorter arm away from it. A bucket is tied to the end of longer lever arm with a rope in such a way that it hangs over the mouth of the well, and a weight is tied to the end of shorter lever arm. Now next, another traditional method of irrigation, that is rahat or lever system. In the rahat system of irrigation, water is drawn out from a well. In this method, there is a large well fixed on the axle above the mouth of the well. A long belt with many small metal pots is put over the circumference of big well, which can move over the well when the well turns. Okay. Now let us discuss about modern methods of irrigation. The modern methods of irrigation help us to use water economically by preventing its wastage. Now the two main modern methods of irrigation are sprinkler system and drip system. Now see, sprinkler system is more useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available. Now see the picture given for sprinkler system. Here a perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles on top are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure with the help of a pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. It gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. So sprinkler is very useful for sandy soil. Okay. Now let us discuss about drip system. In this system, the water falls drop by drop just at the position of the roots. So it is called drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruit plants, gardens and trees. And the system provides water to plants drop by drop. Water is not wasted at all. So it is a boon to regions where availability of water is very poor. Clear? Now this much is for today's class. Thank you.